In this video, we will solve this quadratic equation by factoring. Well, we need 0 on one side in order to factor this. So our first step will be to subtract 6 from both sides. So that's going to give me 2x squared plus 11x minus 6 equals 0. A quick check to make sure there are no common factors. Well, 11 is prime, so no common factors. Now we can go ahead and begin to factor this as a binomial times a binomial. Our first look is at 2x squared. What times what makes 2x squared? Well, that's easy because it can only be 2x and x. Next, we turn our attention to the 6. What times what makes 6? Ignore the sign for now. We'll deal with the signs at the end. There are two ways to make 6. It's either going to be 2 times 3 or 1 times 6. Aha! This gives me a chance to talk about shortcuts. When I look at the 2 and the 3, it could either be 3 times 2 in that position, or it could be 2 times 3. But not so fast. Here's the shortcut I'm talking about. We will not waste our time on options such as this because this causes a common factor within the parentheses. If there was no common factor in the original problem, there should be no common factor within one of the pairs of parentheses. So don't waste your time putting the 2 here. Only try the option where you have the 3 here and the 2 here. So by ignoring the options that will cause a common factor, you save yourself a lot of time. Anyway, inner plus outer equals middle. What I mean is, inner, I have 3x. Outer, multiplying, not adding, I have 4x. I'm trying to get a middle of positive 11. The most I can get out of this is 7, so this is not working. As we already discussed, switching positions won't work either because it will cause a common factor. So 2 and 3 is not working. Instead, we will try the 1 and 6. Now, here again, maybe it would be 6 here and 1 here. But no! We will not try this because, again, that would make a common factor. Both of these are divisible by 2. There should not be a common factor inside the parentheses. So don't waste your time on that mess. Instead, stick with options that do not cause a common factor, like 1 here and 6 here. Alright, it will cut your time in half. Inner, I have 1x. Outer, multiplying, I have 12x. Inner plus outer must equal middle. So I'm trying to get positive 11. I can get positive 11 if I have a negative 1x and a positive 12. That will make positive 11. So there's my negative 1, and this will give me the positive 12 outer. I have to check one last thing before I declare victory. I need to check that I have the correct sign for the constant. Well, negative 1 times positive 6 is negative 6, so we're good. Now we will use the zero product property to find the two solutions to this equation. Notice we don't stop here. Alright, it's pretty obvious because we have the multiple choice. But a common mistake students make is they will factor and stop. But this is a solve problem. It's not a factoring problem. And really, when you see an equation, an equal sign, you can bet that you're not going to just stop with factoring. We can get the two solutions by setting each one of these factors equal to 0. Okay, if we solve each of these separate equations, we will get the two solutions. So we will wind up adding 1 to both sides and subtracting 6 from both sides. Okay, on the left side, that's going to give me 2x equals 1. And on the right side, that gives me x equals -6. So that's the final answer over here. But on the left side, I have one more step still. Divide both sides by 2. So that will give me x equals 1/2. So these are the two solutions, 1/2 or -6. Okay, there's 1/2 or -6. The answer is F.